When I was 20 years old, my girlfriend and I were in a car. We're going through this maze of humanity. College age kids, they're all drinking, there's music blaring, and we were going to drive through like a lot of other cars. And I said, I'm getting out. It looked like fun, but I'm not going through there. The next day, I read about two girls who were pulled out of their cars and with bottles and all kinds of other stuff.
Oh my God.
When I was living in Africa, it was during the time where carjackings were just all the time. I would come home from a meeting, so I often had meetings at night. So I'd come home at night by myself. So my intent was not to be scared. It's not how I was designed. It's not what my heart's about. It's not what my gut's about. And my head could mess with me about it. But I'm going to be awake instead of scared. So awake, like when I would come home at night, there's a technique called soft eyes. And so I would go soft eyes. I can see, out both windows. And that kind of gave me a sense of the situation. So there were times when I'd blow through a red robot stoplight because I didn't have any data. It was just a gut thing. So I'd blow right through that robot. And then other times I would stop and it was no big deal. I never had anything happen to me untoward in Africa. On all the trips I've been there, which I've been there many times, and for the 2 years I lived there in Joburg, which was 95 and 96, which is after the election. And so there was a lot of crime.
Oh, that's a wonderful metaphor. So
So
soft eyes. Let's unpack that a little bit.
So it's like if I'm focused here, it's like this. But if I'm soft eyes, it's like everything's, it's like I see 180, the field 180. And then I can take in the sunlight coming in over here, the things on the trees over there, the car in the thing. And it's like I can take in way more data. If I'm focused here, all I see is this. I don't see any of that.
See the whole picture. It's like soft eyes is like see the whole picture, see the whole environment. And also you said that there was a red light. You mean like a red light? And
Yeah,
you would
stoplight.
and you would just drive through it because you had a feeling that if you stopped, something would happen?
So I had no data, but it said, okay, there's nobody at this light. There's a culvert thing over here and a bunch of bushes, and same over here. Perfect place for a hijacking at a stoplight. Lone woman, white,
Right.
10 o'clock at night,
No other cars.
no other
Right.
cars.
Yeah. So so this is great. So you had soft eyes, you looked at the situation, but you also had a gut feeling. And I know you love to talk about the gut. You had an instinct there that you listened to it.
Yes. And I didn't have any data, but when I was 20 years old, we went to, there was a big, they call it spring something or other in Galveston. So college people all over, everywhere. My girlfriend and I, we're in a car. We're going through this maze of humanity, all, college age kids. They're all drinking. There's music blaring. And we were going to drive through like a lot of other cars. And I said, I'm getting out. It looked like fun. I'll find my way home if you want to go through, but I'm not going through there. So she turned around. The next day, I read about two girls who were pulled out of their cars and raped with bottles and all kinds of other stuff.
Oh my God.
So from then on, I thought, okay, I'm paying attention to my gut.
Well, it's interesting because I love to talk about this. And I think we're so much up here, right? We're all in the brain. Everything is about thinking, thinking, thinking. But there is an instinctual thing in our body, our gut.
The gut has 500 million thinking neurons, partly to help digest stuff, but partly to protect the heart destiny. This doesn't have that. This always processes data. It has billions of thinking neurons, so it can process all the data that comes in through everything I see, hear, smell, taste, touch. I got to process all that.
So you only have, we're talking about your mind, the data of your mind. Then you have your heart space.
Yes. It's like the heart knows who I am, who I'm not. It's how I connect, the empathy that I feel for other people, and that everybody that connects is heart. This doesn't connect. It strategizes. It's always about figuring stuff out. The heart doesn't have to figure out, it knows. So feelings are here. They're discovering more and more. So the heart has 40,000 to 120,000 thinking neurons, 50,000, 500,000 in the gut, and then billions here. But this needs all that to figure out everything I'm see, hear, smell, taste, touch. That's a lot of information.
Right.
This doesn't need, this knows. And the gut's there to say, mm, yes, move to Africa. Because this said, don't move to Africa. You're 50 years old. What the hell do you think you're doing? It's a third world country. It's way far. No. And my heart said, go. My gut said, go now.